Hello again, horse racing fans. Welcome to another special episode of the Inside Post. All around the Kentucky Derby, the Run for the Roses, first Saturday in May. We are ever so close. The countdown is on. Here we are, Wednesday, and just a few more days left. So let's give you our contender picks for the Kentucky Derbies. These are the horses that we think can win. Probably your lower price horses, possibly the favorites. But still some value in here as needed. We talked in our last video about the long shots we thought we could win with, going all the way down from 10 to 1 to all the way up to 50 to 1. So make sure to pay attention to this episode as it may have our top pick. So right off the gate, we're going with number 2, Sierra Leone. Chad Brown, Tyler Gaffalione. A lot of buzz right now around this horse. The way it looks in the workouts, what this horse is training for. Obviously set up to run big in here. Should have a very, very good pace to run into, which is what Sierra Leone needs with a big late kick and late pace factor of like 120. Has done it really well in the last 2 starts in the Risen and the Bluegrass, coming from way off the pace. Those are the horses that we like. They kind of get your blood pumping a little bit. Those that are coming from the clouds, and Sierra Leone looks to be one that is definitely going to come from the clouds in this loaded Kentucky Derby field. Son of Gunrunner obviously should not have any trouble here. Again, probably is sitting on his best race. Hopefully has one more race left, or maybe even 2 if we get a special Triple Crown run by Sierra Leone. Tyler Gaffalione, again, with Chad Brown. This is Peter Brandt is the owner. 2 for 2 so far in 2024. Was beaten out in the Remsen by Dornoch. But I just think the horse is in great form right now, and the pace definitely is going to set up for Sierra Leone. The inside post, however, on the 2 hole, is a big question mark. Obviously, we know he's going to drop back. Mystic Dan's going to drop back, and Dornoch's going to go. So I don't think there's any issues there. 3 to 1, a little bit of value there, as right now the second choice. If you're looking ahead, he's kind of already the early favorite in some early wagering pools that are available, like through TVG. So interesting to see moving forward what Sierra Leone, but right now, definitely a horse as a top contender. Next, a little bit price here. We're going 8 to 1 with number 4, Catching Freedom, for Brad Cox, Flavion Pratt. Winner last time out in the Louisiana Derby. This son of Constitution out of Tappet has on the dam side Catch My Drift out of Pioneer of the Nile, bred by Windstar Farm, so has some heavy connections there on the breeding side and pedigree side. Is 5-3 lifetime, probably rightfully so at 8 to 1. Finished third behind Sierra Leone and Track Phantom in the Risen Star, and then comes back and wins the Louisiana Derby, beating out Honor Marie. Workouts look pretty good. I believe 5 furlongs was like 15.9 and some change there, 59.1. So definitely has some pretty good works in the morning. Definitely going to have to take a big step forward, I do believe. 97 speed figure in that last outing, so one that is definitely on the uptick, getting a lot better, and is one that is trending, obviously, in the right direction coming into this big race. Again, Flavion Pratt, I think his statistics in the Derby are usually really, really good for hitting the board first through fourth. So one definitely to take in consideration. Post position should not be an issue. Another one that should be coming from off the pace, just like Sierra Leone. And hopefully those two kind of have a big pace to run into. Number 8, this horse was also on our long shot picks. Currently sitting at 10 to 1 if this horse dips down to single digits, which it may, is definitely worth a shot here. Currently at 10 to 1. Like I said, probably will go down in the single digits. If it stays 10, 12 to 1, this horse is definitely a money play in here. Second in the Bluegrass, second in the Gotham. In that, Gotham was second to Deterministic, and then turns around, follows it up with a Bluegrass second in Sierra Leone. The horse is trending on the right direction. As you can see, speed figures have been improving on each start. Looks to be one that's going to sit off the pace, maybe press the pace a little bit. Hopefully he gets him going, makes him go a little bit faster for some of these closers. Really like the chances if you are a Thoroughgraph type person. His, again, are improving in each start. I think those are available by purchase. I just happened to see one on social media. Definitely Just a Touch is trending in the right direction. Out of Justify with Scat Daddy and has Tap It on the damn side. This one is owned by Qatar Racing, 3, 1, and 2, so has been in the money or on the board each of his 3 starts. One of the lighter raced horses in here for Brad Cox, winning its maiden, going straight into the Grade 3 Gotham, straight to the Grade 1 Bluegrass, second in those, and it has improved, obviously, off of both of those starts. Definitely one to take in consideration and one to watch at a pretty decent price, currently 10 to 1. Next up, number 11, Forever Young. Toss this idea around putting this horse in our long shot pick. I don't think it's going to take a lot of money. There's going to be some of that Japan backers money coming in on this horse. Say what you want. Possibly one of the better Japanese runners that we've seen. We thought Dermasoda Gaki was pretty good last year. They're saying Forever Young is probably a little bit better. If you watch the Saudi Derby where he was able to run down Bookham Dano, who was an amazing sprinter in that race and looked to be setting himself up for a unique trip to possibly come to the Derby, and was able to run him down. Then backs it up in the UAE Derby. Again, did it fairly easy, and I think it was almost handwritten out to the finish line there. 105, 107, probably has some of the top speeds coming in here. Of course, DRF here has Bayer. They've been using Timeform, so they're a little bit different, but pretty close to what would be one of the top speed runners. Pace looks to be one that could set outside. Probably going to get buried in here a little bit just because it's, I think 11, 12 runners is what this horse is used to running against. 14, I believe, is what it's the most that it's ever run against. So 20 horses, Forever Young could get a little scrappy and get bounced around. Now, dealing with 1 million fans at Churchill Downs, again, could be a factor. You know, the horse may not have seen this. Possibly the Saudi or UAE Derby definitely had big crowds. But we will see. Again, I don't see this horse taking a lot of money. Could float up a little bit, 12, 15 to 1, with some of these other American runners taking a lot of that money. But definitely one to take in consideration. I do think this is Japan's probably best chance from the past 3 years of having a solid Kentucky Derby contender. Don't pay any close attention to his workouts. That's the Japanese way of working horses out, training them up for big races. We saw it last year with Derma. So I think this horse is really special. It can go on to do big things after the Derby. It's just, you know, we haven't seen it yet, so we're still waiting for it to happen. 17, obviously this horse is going to be on a lot of people's win list or contender list. Fierceness, just look at what the horse did. You know, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile was the top 2-year-old. Kind of falters in the Holy Bull and then picks it up in the Florida Derby. One of the top Florida Derby runners or top Florida Derby times that we have seen. So definitely one that a lot of people are obviously going to take into consideration. You got Johnny V, Mike Rapoli, Todd Pletcher, everything there. Out of City Light for Quality Road. Again, a fairly light raced horse. 5 races, 3 wins. Has hit the board one other time, finishing 3rd again in that Holy Bull. So we just don't know. Fierceness, what Fierceness are we going to get? If he gets to the lead, that's his type of race. Obviously, there's going to be a hot pace. He's probably going to get pressed by several other horses. Are we going to be able to see him set off of the pace a little bit and make a little bit of a run late? He does have some late speed. We kind of seen that in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile when he was able to run down, I believe it was like Muth and Locked in there. Again, outside post, he should be able to break well and get to where he wants. I think Johnny Velasquez should not have any issues getting out early. It's just, what Fierceness are we going to get? He looks great on the track. He looks great right now in the body and the shape. So we will see moving forward if Fierceness is the buzz horse that everybody thinks he is. And our last one, this one is still kind of on our long shot picks. Stronghold, currently the lone West Coast shipper coming in out of the Santa Anita Derby, the Sunland Derby. another horse that's improving at 20-1. Why not take a stab in here? The horse has been close to favorited or lower odds in each of his 6 starts. He's got 3 wins, 3 seconds, so definitely one that could be considered to hit the board. Coming off 2 wins, 89 speed figures, definitely going to have to take a big step forward to run with the likes of Fierceness and Sierra Leone. One that's going to be a mid-pack hunter and has some pretty good late speed to be able to close into the type of pace that he should get. Nisos was a big horse. Everybody talked about Bob Baffert's in the Bob Hope. Stronghold finished second to that horse. Comes back in the Los Al Futures, beats out Coach Prime, a big Baffert horse that everybody loves to talk about. And then backs it up in, I believe, the Santa Anita Derby, beating another Baffert horse. So West Coast horses, obviously this is an East Coast race. I'm East Coast biased. A lot of my tracks are East Coast tracks. One that I kind of would not have taken into consideration. I've kind of done a little bit more digging on Stronghold with some of y'all commenting on social media or the YouTube channel about this horse. It's making me take a bigger look at this horse and what he brings to the table, and definitely one that's looking to improve stepping into this big race of Kentucky Derby. So there's our contenders for the Kentucky Derby. We've still yet to put out our big video of what we think is going to happen in this race. We will get that out as soon as we kind of finish up handicapping for you. So we just kind of wanted to give you 2 quick ones of long shots and our contenders. So make sure to subscribe down below. We had like 2,000 of you view this. We thank you for viewing our long shot video. So if you're watching, make sure to hit that subscribe. This is awesome. We love Kentucky Derby time and love you guys for watching. We hope you win big, and make sure to leave us a comment of your contender for the 150th Kentucky Derby. Thanks, guys.